at the first half of the Home tab. The first bit, fairly quickly to be honest. So in the Home tab, we have Close and Apply, so that closes the Power Query editor and updates the Power BI desktop with all of the new data. We have Apply, which doesn't close the Power Query editor, but does apply it to the desktop. And we have Close, that just goes straight to the Power BI desktop. New Source, this allows you to get more data to add additional queries. Recent sources, these are the data sets that you have previously used. And enter data, if you just want to enter some data straightforward, just start typing. So here is my data, and I want an extra column. 1, my data 2, and 2. So if you actually do want to create a new query source with just entered data, very infrequent you have to do this. That's how, and then click OK, and it appears as a new query over here in the left-hand side. So I don't want that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going over here to the query section and I'm going to delete. So that removes the query from my Power Query editor. Now there are two more options in the Manage Query that I'd like to talk about: Duplicate and Reference. Now you remember I said we had all of these steps. Duplicate gives me an exact equivalent with all of these steps. So that means that now if I add a new step here, let's just change this data type. No particular reason. I want to add that as a new step. It's going to give me lots of errors, it doesn't matter. Now this first query has got 5 steps, this second query has only got 4. So they are independent queries. However, reference just says, well, give me that previous query's results. So if I give you a reference of this, then you can see the applied steps is give me a source of CDs. So it just gives me CDs. So if I now add this additional step to my CDs query, then we have this additional step having already taken place in our new query. So all it is a reference to the previous query, as opposed to let's duplicate it, let's give you all of the steps, and then you can change either as you want. So whatever you want to do, perfectly fine by me. If you do want to have a second version of the same query, the question is, if I make any changes to the first query, do I want it to apply to this second query? We've also got refresh, so that will refresh one query or refresh everything. Properties, it just gives me an opportunity to type in a description. There's a couple of other tick boxes here. Including report refresh just means it's refreshed when you click on the refresh button. And enable load to report means that it will actually, some of the data will come into here. That's all it means. Nothing major. Advanced editor, that gives all of this M code. We're not going to touch that, if at all. I think we will later on when we talk about custom formulas, but let's stay clear of that, to be honest. We'll have a look later at parameters and the data source settings. This is more useful when you're looking at SQL Server, where you have to put in a password. Not so much of a problem with Excel. So that is the first half of the Home toolbar, going from Close to Query. Next video, we'll have a look at Manage Columns, Reduce Rows, and Sort.